What's up everybody, this is Cheezy, Mr. Poof, and I'm here with a little bit of a 24 days of Cheezy video for you guys. This time around I'm gonna be talking about Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Now I went to see this movie last night, and I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a review, maybe a top 10 moments or maybe top 5 of the biggest moments of the film, and I'm gonna be talking about a little bit how I like the movie. Now, I just went to see this movie, and mostly I really liked it. It was really good. It actually stayed true to the original trilogy a lot more than it did to the prequels, which was a really good point. So, without further ado, let's go with the top 5 moments of Force Awakens. Number 5, we got the Millennium Falcon in a scrapyard. This was a really interesting part in the movie because you'd think that Han Solo would not part with the Millennium Falcon easy, but they explain it later on in the movie, but still seeing the Millennium Falcon and the chick saying that that's a piece of scrap, it was kind of an interesting moment. It was kind of like there, but yeah, it was pretty funny seeing oh, Millennium Falcon is a scrap, but then they explained a little bit about it, and the guy had used some stuff to actually limit the powers of the Millennium Falcon. Number 4, I'd say it would have to be Kylo Ren talking to the ruined helmet of Darth Vader. And that kind of was an interesting moment because it was I'm not sure if there was still some force energy or some shit like that left in the Darth Vader helmet, or he was just crazy. But anyway, Darth Vader's helmet, seeing it all ruined like that, super old and stuff, was kinda awesome. And you were like, oh yeah, that's Darth Vader's helmet. God damn, he did. And that was a really interesting moment in the movie, and that's why it's number 4. Then, on number 3, we have Han Solo and Chewbacca coming back and being like, oh Chewie, we're home, and they come back to the Millennium Falcon. It was a really interesting part in the movie, I really liked it. Then he just tries to talk his way out of a little bit of a spat with some slave traders, or not slave traders, but some sort of scrapyard traders. I need to see this movie again, probably, because it was a really good movie. Anyway, Han Solo talks his way out of some stuff again, and Chewie's there, and he's, Chewie. Number 2, the new big bad of the movie. Snooky? I'm not even sure what the heck that guy was, but he was all huge and stuff. I'm not sure if he's gonna be actually huge in real life, or that was just a huge hologram making him look more intimidating. But yeah, that guy raised a lot of questions. I'm not sure if he was in the expanded universe, but if he was, he's not lore anymore, because they said the expanded universe does not canon anymore. Anyway, yeah, the new bad guy seems pretty cool, kinda, but they didn't explain him much, but that's understandable, because if you watch the episode New Hope, episode 4, they didn't really start explaining right off the bat, so it's okay that they didn't quite explain everything right there. But anyway, that guy was pretty cool, and that's why he's kind of on the second WTF. We get to see the new big bad of the movie, and I hope to see what he comes up with. I don't think he's a Sith, but if he is, that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, he's basically Palpatine number 2. And then, sharing the number 1 spot for the WTF awesome cool moments of the film. Now, I'm still saying spoiler alert. Anyway, top 1 WTF moment, awesome moment, is a shared place between Kylo Ren killing his father, Han Solo, and Rey finding Luke Skywalker. These moments, goddamn, gotta say, that was pretty awesome. I mean, that part where they are on that large freaking walkway, Kylo Ren and Han Solo is damn, he's really going for it. And it's can he still come to the light side? But then he's you wanna help me, Dad? And he's sure, son. And shot through the heart. God damn, there goes Han Solo, and Chewbacca goes ape shit. And, well, everyone goes apeshit because it's Han Solo and he got fucking killed, man. Kind of a brave move from Lucasfilms to kill Han Solo, one of the biggest characters in the franchise. Anyway, he didn't get to shoot first, although it was his son, so he probably wouldn't have shot first anyway. But that was pretty awesome. Now, the other thing, Luke Skywalker, in the end of the movie, I think that's a very good way to end the movie. It's just like revealing Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill looks a lot different from what he used to look like as when he played Luke Skywalker, so that was a huge like, wow, he's super scruffy now, that's Luke Skywalker, and you still saw the robot on when he took off his hood and stuff like that. And that's gonna be a great gateway to the second of the new movies. That's gonna be episode 8. And I think that's gonna be a little bit like when Luke goes to Dagobah to get training with Yoda. And that's gonna be probably a little bit of a fun thing they're gonna do with like Rey teaching, I mean, not teaching, but like Luke teaching Rey the ways of the Force and the way of the Jedi and stuff like that. So that sounds pretty awesome to me. I can't wait for the next movie. This one was really good, actually. And now let's just go deeper into the reviewing. Okay, the movie starts off with the basic you know what I mean. There's lots of text coming on into space, and then it cuts to a spaceship. And then you're like, oh, okay, we got a spaceship. And then you cough. It cuts off to a spaceship, and then there is a planet. Jakku is an interesting thing. It's a desert planet, kinda, with the scrapyard dudes and stuff like that. Anyway, the movie kicks off with the best pilot of the Resistance finding a map to Luke Skywalker, and then there's this old guy who gives him the map. And it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then you see BB-8, who is the new, like, little droid, who's kind of an R2-D2 replacement, but R2-D2 does make an appearance in the movie. He's still in there. And, yeah, then you also get introduced the villain of the story. You see Kylo Ren way in the beginning, doing some Force shit. I was a little bit confused about the fact that he, like, stopped a laser, or, like, a blaster thing, and kept it there, just, like, hovering. That was a bit weird for me. But anyway, the movie looked pretty good though. Also, I'm gonna say that with the Snook and stuff like that, I'm gonna be saying that R2-D2 and C-3PO, that was a cool thing to see too. So, that's how the movie kicks off. We also see a stormtrooper like hesitating to kill people, so then we're like, oh yeah, that's gonna be Finn. And that is Finn. And Finn helps the best pilot guy get away from the First Order, I believe it was. So yeah, the First Order is a new big bad in the movie. They kind of look like Nazis in that one scene. That was a bit weird for me too. I was like, what? They look like Nazis, man. It worked out pretty well. The First Order is a nice little villain, although I don't understand why the good guys are still the Resistance. I mean, you destroyed the Empire. Shouldn't you be the, like, big rulers of the galaxy, and the First Order should be kind of a resistance of good? I mean, anyway, however you see it, I think that doesn't make much sense. Like, they should have been on the winning end. They destroyed the Death Star and shit like that. But apparently the First Order is still in the lead in this race, which is weird. I guess it has something to do with that not Captain, but like Snook. I don't know what the heck that is. Snook. Anyway, I'm still confused about the bad guy. Cool shit. Well, Finn meets with the pilot, and then they get stranded because they escape the little fighter pilot. And you also see Captain Phasma, who is played by Gwendolyn Christie. She plays Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones. That was a pretty good performance. Didn't get to do like much acting because she was kind of a minor character. But anyway, she was pretty good. So they are on the planet stranded, and then we get introduced to Rey, who's scrapping parts of a destroyed Starfleet destroyer. And I'm like, whoa, the Empire is really fucked. And then she goes to get some meal tickets or some shit. She eats the meal like beside a broken down AT-AT, which is also like, wow, the Empire is really wrecked, huh? But you still see TIE fighters because the First Order uses those things. Also, one thing I was kind of confused about was they didn't really fully explain the stormtroopers being like different kind of people. I mean, they did drop the hint that like, that dude was like, I assembled these troops myself, they were trained from birth. I mean, yeah, but like, you didn't explain why you don't use clones anymore. Although maybe they're just like trying to ignore episodes 1, 2, and 3. And being like, okay, stormtroopers are stormtroopers. And I guess that's fine. Anyway, we see Rey. Rey's kind of like a scrapper chick who's waiting for her family to come back for her in the friggin' desert. Obviously they don't. And then she meets up with a BB-8 droid. And that's where the story takes a little bit of a tumble. Because then Finn stumbles upon the chick and the droid, and then they start this huge, long-lasting escape. They're escaping all the First Order dudes, and whenever they like get a breather, they're gonna have to escape again. The movie really kept you like on the edge of your seat. There was action all around. Not many moments to catch a breath in that movie. Also, it was kind of a fun movie. Finn was definitely a good character. Had more humor than most like main characters. I mean, Han Solo was the wisecracking dude in the original trilogy. I think Finn really did a good job on being the wisecracker here, even though there was still Han Solo, but he was a bit older, so he was a bit wiser and stuff like that. I'm gonna go speeding this through because this is really prolonging. This is just my thoughts like from the top of my head about the Star Wars movie. The last fight, one thing I didn't like about the last fight was like Rey just suddenly out of nowhere like closed her eyes, like then was like, I know Force, and then she beat Kylo Ren. That was a bit off for me, but anyway, it was pretty cool. Also, they blew up a planet and made it a sun, which was actually a pretty awesome scene, to be honest. Now there's still something I really want to talk about, and that is Kylo Ren. How did I like Kylo Ren as a villain? Honestly, I think he should have kept the helmet on. Not saying the actor wasn't like good looking for the part, but I think he should have kept the helmet on, just like keep that Vader aspect. Like Darth Vader takes off the helmet in the way end of the original trilogy, and that's okay, because then we see the humanizing form. Like, I mean, they would have been like repeating their little scale if he would have just taken it off in the end, but I think he should have kept the mask on, because like, he just reminded me kind of like an Anakin type character, and that's not really good. I mean, when he has the helmet on, he's super awesome and voice acting is good, and stuff like that, but when he takes off the helmet, he just like looks like a frightened kid. It's kind of not intimidating, really. So I think he should have kept the helmet on most of the time. That would have been way better. Anyway, then Finn. Finn was a good character. I thought he was going to be the Jedi of the new movies, but apparently he uses lightsaber just like because he needs to, and I guess that proves that you don't have to be a Jedi to use a lightsaber. And then Rey picks up the slack and uses some force and goes swing with the lightsaber and beats Ren. Also, I'm not sure if he's alive. I think Kylo Ren is alive. I mean, he's a big villain, and I don't think they would kill him just like that. But then there's also the Knights of Ren that they dropped, like, smoothly there. So they're probably going to be a big deal in the next movies. Knights of Ren probably going to be a little bit similar, like with different kind of weird lightsabers. Maybe a spear, maybe like a Naginata type lightsaber deal. I mean, they have endless possibilities with Star Wars. What else did I like? BB-8 was okay. It was actually pretty fun. And when he like gives the thumbs up with a lighter, that was pretty funny. And let me give just like a end synopsis of the film. It was good. I mean, I went into this movie like not expecting much because prequels kind of like disappointed many people and stuff like that. I didn't hate the prequels as much, but now that looking back on them, they did not capture the magic of the first trilogy. I think this new trilogy that's coming up might actually have a legit shot because the first movie was pretty good and I liked it. It was action-packed. It did not have anything about midichlorians or politics, so that's a plus for them. Also, it was pretty awesome. I mean, what is there else to say? It was a pretty awesome movie. I suggest you go check it out yourself if you haven't already, and I guess this wraps up the review from me. I mean, if I would have to give it a score, I would give it a 9 out of 10 actually. It's a good movie. I'm not gonna like be prude about it and give it like an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It was a good movie. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because there were some little things that like I had a problem with, but hey, 9 out of 10 is still pretty damn good, seeing as what they were going up against, like trying to live up to the true Star Wars name. So that was good. Anyway, I'm Cheezy Mr. Poof. I hope you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the content on the channel. If you are enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.